You're born into a life without light, without warmth, without a welcome committee. The first thing you feel isn't a gentle embrace, but the cold, hard dirt, and it'll be the closest thing to comfort you'll ever know. Here, birth isn't a celebration. It's a one-way ticket into a world where survival is a joke. No one's here to coddle you or make sure you're ready. You're not just a newborn naked mole rat, you're already a worker. Child labor laws? F that, they don't exist here. You're blind and hairless, with nothing but a lifetime of digging to look forward to. Welcome to the f***ing squad, where you'll be forced to labor until there's nothing left of you. As soon as you take your first breath, well, as much as you can in a tunnel filled with dirt, you're at the bottom of the food chain. Here, you don't climb up, you just dig deeper. The Queen, our one and only ruler, runs the colony, with all compassion of a tyrant. She's not here to guide you or inspire loyalty. She's here to ensure her empire stays intact, and that means everyone else exists purely to serve her needs, like certain human political figures. Anyways, you're not an individual here, you're a tool, a set of paws in an assembly line of endless digging, foraging, and building. And if you think there's room to take it easy, think again. Complaining isn't an option, neither is rest. You don't get weekends, lunch breaks, or even the faintest whiff of praise. This isn't a family, it's a machine, with you as a gear that grinds until it breaks. Your naked, wrinkled, and permanently exposed skin, not exactly fashion forward, but it gets the job done. Every inch of your skin is built for this rough underground life, where every scrape and bruise is just part of the job. Fur, that's for creatures who get a break, who don't live in cramped tunnels where every millimeter counts. Instead, you have bare, uncircumcised looking skin that's tough enough to handle dirt and rock like it's nothing, except it's everything. And those teeth, they're basically industrial grade, growling outside of your mouth so you can chew through roots, stones, and whatever gets in your way. You can thank evolution for making your mouth a constant construction zone, with teeth that never stop growing. Efficiency at a cost, because if you don't keep digging and working, those chompers can actually grow too long, causing them to grow back into your mouth or even your skull, ending in death. To which, I don't blame you if you did let them grow. Remember, you're blind also. Some animals just adapt to the dark. But no, you were born in it. There's no need for vision when all you'll ever see is darkness. Instead, you rely on sensitive whiskers, not just on your face, but all over your body. This will help you navigate this maze. Your nose? It's fine-tuned to recognize colony-specific scents, helping you identify your friends from your foes. Your boss, the Queen, will also use her scent to keep everyone in line. Speaking of tunnels, you are one wrong move away from collapse. Every dig, every shift in the dirt can mean the walls come crashing in. And if they do, you don't just dig yourself out and carry on. No, when a tunnel gives way, anyone caught in its path is gone, buried beneath the same dirt they've been clawing through their whole life. You don't even have time to mourn. Survival here doesn't allow for that. Instead, you just keep digging, sometimes right over the bodies of fallen brothers and sisters. There's no cleanup crew, no solemn pause, just more dirt, more digging, and the cold, unfeeling rhythm of colony life. Death here is just another obstruction, and if someone didn't make it out, you dig past them, sealing them into walls of the colony they helped build. And the air? That's barely a guarantee. Oxygen is rare and precious, so your body's constantly slowing itself down, conserving every breath. Your entire life is running on low power mode, your heart rate crawling just to get by. Every breath you take is a gamble. Every push of dirt brings you closer to being swallowed by the very earth you call home. And the worst part? You have no choice but to keep digging, while your family is now watching Michael Jackson perform. As if the threat of collapsing tunnels and scarce oxygen wasn't enough, there's another danger slithering out there. Predators. And not just any predators, snakes. The kind that can wriggle their way right into your supposed safe haven. Imagine digging away in the dark, minding your own business, when you feel the walls around you shift, and then you hear it. A faint slithering sound. Before you can even process what's happening, a predator has slinked into the tunnel, jaws wry, ready to make a meal out of you or the closest unlucky soul. You're not exactly equipped to fight back. Naked mole rats don't have claws, venom, or anything that remotely resembles self-defense. So, what do? In a panic, you pile together with your colony mates, a writhing mass of hairless bodies trying to look intimidating. If luck's on your side, your numbers might be enough to confuse or overwhelm the predator, making it think twice about which one of you to bite. If it's not, well, let's just say that you'll end up in the sky instead of underground. That's a bar. Life in the colony isn't just about digging and surviving. It's also a tightrope walk of social dynamics and rivalries. Each day, you're not just competing against predators outside, but also navigating the minefield of relationships within your own ranks. Naked mole rats can be territorial, and resource competition can spark some serious beef. Who gets the first choice at the freshest food? Who's hogging the best digging spots? It's like a reality show, but with more dirt and fewer rules. If you step out of line or start stirring up trouble, don't expect a gentle nudge back into submission. The queen has a way of reminding you who's in charge, and it's not with cuddles. She's not above a good shove or a swift bite to keep you in check, and if that doesn't work, her loyal workers will be right behind her, ready to enforce her will. You might think you're part of a big family, but the reality is that survival here means constantly watching your back. Make one wrong move, and you could find yourself ostracized, or worse, left behind during a foraging trip. You'll quickly learn that the colony runs on a strict code of compliance, where any hint of dissent is met with the cold, hard reality of being outcast, all while the queen sniffs and watches from her throne of dirt, ensuring that everyone knows the price of rebellion. You'd think that living a long life would be a blessing, right? Well, not for you. Naked mole rats can live up to 30 years, practically ancient in the animal kingdom. But what's the point of longevity when every day feels like an endless cycle of digging, breathing stale air, and dodging predators? It's like being stuck in a never-ending job, with no escape and a boss who's always watching. Your bodies are also remarkably resilient. You're almost immune to cancer. Scientists are baffled by your cell's ability to stave off tumors, which sounds fantastic until you realize it means you get to keep suffering in this underground hell for decades longer than most. So congratulations, you're practically immortal in a life that offers no comforts, no joy, and absolutely no freedom. You witness your colony mates come and go, but you keep grinding through it all, knowing that aging in the tunnels means you're just another body that will eventually need to be pushed aside during the next dig. Long life? More like a long, slow march to oblivion. So, as if the daily grind of surviving wasn't enough, let's talk about mating, the one aspect of your life that comes with a flicker of hope. But even that is riddled with its own misery. In the colony, only the queen gets to play that role, while the rest of you female workers are stuck in a life of enforced celibacy. When she's ready to mate, it's a spectacle, a grand performance you'll never be a part of. No romantic rendezvous for you. Just a harsh reminder that your biological purpose is to serve her, take care of her kids, and feed her food. Maybe in the future, once the queen dies, you may have your shot, but even that's not guaranteed. But in our case, you just so happen to be a male. You might get the chance to mate with her once in a blue moon, but for the rest of your life, you're relegated to being a worker, just like your female worker counterparts. And what's the reward for all that toil? A quick death when your body finally gives out after years of labor, or worse, a predation that could come at any moment. It's a cruel fate to dig and toil for decades, only to be reminded that your life ends in dirt and darkness. So, there you have it, the naked mole rat's life in a nutshell, born into misery, laboring endlessly, dodging predators, and watching your colony mates die, all while hoping to mate just once before the end. When your time finally comes, you'll vanish into the very soil you spent your life navigating, a fitting end for a creature that never really had a chance. And that's why I'd rather be dead than to be a fucking mole rat.